Welcome back, everyone, to Highlighted and All Sports Culture podcast. Me and Sully here today. Sam is really slacking, missing his second week
We're
in
gonna
a
find
row
him.
on this episode. Let us know. But when we get into the Packers, which I'm assuming we will. Send me a nice 8-minute message about how much he's
8 minutes?
It's 8 minutes.
Jesus, Sam's pissed.
He was like, you can cut some of it, but like I had to let it out. I was like, nah, man, they got to hear the full 8 minutes.
God damn.
But yeah, we'll talk about the. You guys can hear that when we talk about the Packers. But with no Sam, we already kind of know the takeaways from those teams as we talked about last episode. We're kind of gonna do the same format, just kind of spiel, talk about different teams. Obviously, different conversations will come up. I'm just kind of go with the flow. Does that sound good to you, Solster?
It does. You know what I realized, like, when we started this? I mean, I think about it every time we do this podcast, but like, I like your background. It's like pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like amazing, but it's solid. You got some sports. You got a couple like knickknacks in there.
Yeah.
Mine fucking sucks, dude.
Well,
Like, I might have the worst background in podcasting history.
Why don't you add something to it? You
I'm
usually
just
have,
like-
you usually got like some food sometimes on your table that could add to it.
I usually clean that off before, but you know how bad it gets sometimes. I'm very like, when it comes to like cleaning and shit, I'm very lazy. Like I just leave shit around.
You look at my bed right now. That shit is not made at all.
I mean, that's mine's never made either, dog.
So,
but
I kind of hate how like everyone's like, you gotta like, it's like 3 things you gotta do every day, and everyone's always like, you gotta make your bed every day. I don't really see the point of it. I don't know.
I think it's like it's like they think of it as a stepping stone to like bigger things, like being organized and being,
I think TikTok has like made it so like there's like they've tried to add like this deeper meaning in life. My thing is like I don't really give a fuck. I'm just gonna just fucking do whatever you want.
I mean, whatever works for you,
Exactly.
If making your bed does make you a more disciplined person, then which I guess I could see, but also I don't know. I think it's kind of stupid. But like you, I think it's kind of stupid. But if it works and it makes you more disciplined, then it works, man.
Yeah. We are on the anti making your bed train. So
yeah, I hate you if you make your bed.
Exactly. All right. Where do we start with this week? I was telling you earlier, didn't watch a lot of the games.
No, you've watched every minute.
You're right. And like I said in last week's episode, when I was like, we were talking about the NBA and I was talking about Luka, and I was like, yeah, I don't watch a lot of NBA. So like that's a great, indication that I know what I'm talking about because I didn't watch a lot of this weekend. So obviously my takes are going to be the best. But I did watch a little bit, watched a lot of the 425 games. That's where I'll start. Bucks Rams. So Tom Brady got the game-winning drive. To me, that was the most pathetic defense I've ever seen in my entire life. Did you watch the game-winning drive?
I didn't watch game-winning drive.
So
I heard I saw a lot of memes about it though.
Yeah, here's my thing. So
they just like let him get a field goal. It was field goal to win or touchdown?
Touchdown.
Oh, okay.
So they were driving 4th and goal. They miss it, right? There's like a little under 2 minutes remaining. Bucks got 2 timeouts. So they'll get the ball back with like 40 seconds, I think they had. And I think they went 60 yards or something. They started like at their own 40 or something. Again, it's all relative, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Why they played such a style of defense? Like you saw, especially on those last couple plays, they were going out of bounds with so much ease. And they had no timeouts. Like, why are you not just like putting so many secondary players on the sides? Seems like common sense.
Yeah, no, you should be a fucking defensive coordinator. No, holy shit.
But I feel like obviously we say this a lot. Like I know there's like, especially when it's like comes to like general managing and like decision making, we're all like, oh, we could do a better job. And I know for sure they could do a better job. But like there are definitely times in the NFL, especially like we were talking about with like the Colts, where it seems like we could do a better job. And again, let me preface, I know we couldn't, but
no, I think when you said there's sometimes, I think all of the time we could do a better job.
All right. Yeah, you're right.
And I'm going to preface that and I say, I know we can.
Okay. Well, I will agree with you there.
I know what you mean though. Yeah. Like I didn't see the drive, but I heard it was really bad. I saw some memes. I don't understand how the fucking Bucks are so bad.
Guess what though? they're still top of the division.
Yeah, no, I know. Like, they're probably going to win the division, and I'm not like, I mean, I'm worried about them. I don't think they're going to, I don't know, whatever. I don't even know what to fucking think of the team, but it's crazy. Like, there's some quarterbacks that are just can pass for like 300 yards at ease. And like Justin Fields just broke the rushing record. He put up 32 points. Like Justin Fields is, in my opinion, not very good. The roster sucks. They don't have a lot of weapons. The fucking Bucks have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. They got Leonard Fournette. Like, they got Tom Brady. This guy's like struggling to pass for 250 yards and score 2 touchdowns.
And you look
it's like
at it,
not even like 1
not,
week, 2 weeks. It's the fucking entire year they've sucked.
Right. But you also look at it and it's like, it's not all his fault. And it's weird because on paper, like you just mentioned, I think a lot of it's because the offensive line has been fucking horrible this year. But still, we've seen teams in the past, especially with like Andrew Luck's teams, where you still have so many dynamic playmakers and you have a great quarterback, and it seems you can get past that barrier of not having a great offensive line.
I guess if your offensive line sucks and your quarterback's 45 years old, it's not a great pairing.
No, it's not. But like it should have been, but obviously retirement.
I can't believe the entire like Bucks offensive line kind of just like quit.
Yeah, no, it's weird.
It's crazy. They got Tom Brady. Like, you got to keep playing. If that guy's playing, I'm playing.
Yeah. Ali Marpet's like, yeah, I'm going to be gone after 29. And then Tom Brady's like, yeah, I'm 45 and still going at this shit.
It's embarrassing.
And now talk, because you were talking about how like Brady, Bucks aren't playing bad. Like fucking Rodgers too. Rodgers might be the worst quarterback in the NFL this season. I'm not even kidding. Bad. What happened? Really
fucking bad.
Is it all weapons?
Listen, are the Packers' weapons better than the Giants outside of Saquon? I mean, Aaron Jones is good. Saquon Barkley is probably better, but like in terms of receiving options, the Giants are worse. I don't think that's inaccurate.
I agree.
And Daniel Jones is
and you go to like
playing better than Aaron Rodgers.
No, and you go to like Houston, and it seems like even though Houston's losing the same amount of games, like I'd argue they're moving the ball better than Green Bay is this season.
Yeah.
And they got fucking Davis Mills as their quarterback, who's fucking dog shit. No offense to Davis if you're listening, because every single NFL player listens.
Yes.
No, I genuinely think Rodgers is the worst QB in the league.
I mean, you don't actually think that.
No. But he's on my fantasy team and he's fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
Dude, in my main league, I got like a dog of a team, but my QBs are like genuinely the worst thing you can.
I thought you meant that you had a really bad team. You have dogs, like you got a lot of dogs.
Okay, it started off really bad. I'm 3-5, but listen to this team. Like I have a bunch of guys who are now gonna like be really good. Just to listen, all right?
I'm listening.
Aaron Rodgers, dog shit.
Not a dog.
Going to the fucking dog pound and get some.
Yeah.
Shit. Travis Etienne, who
dog.
Like first 3 weeks, obviously behind Robinson, but he's going to be a monster the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean he's been incredible last like 3 weeks.
Kenneth Walker,
dog.
Devontae Adams,
dog.
He's put up 36.5 points.
Yeah,
dog.
He's been like underwhelming though.
He has, and he's still putting up 10 receptions, 150 yards, 2 TDs, which is like disgusting.
Yeah,
the Raiders are just terrible.
Still on downs.
T. Higgins, which is like, all right, maybe I could have a better wide receiver too, but
I mean, he's like weirdly underwhelming as well. I feel like he should be doing better, but I don't know.
Dallas Goedert,
dog.
Pretty good. Ramondre Stevenson,
dog. Yeah.
And then Jared Goff, dog shit. He was good, dog shit.
Yeah.
So, like, it's a good team outside of the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. I remember in fantasy, Aaron Rodgers was going like so fucking late, like outside like the top 12 quarterbacks. He'd go in like the 10th round. I'm sitting there. I'm like, yo, like they have no weapons, but there's no way Aaron Rodgers, back-to-back MVP, isn't throwing for like at least like 30 touchdowns, like over 4,500 yards. Like he might have like a down year for Rodgers is like 28 touchdowns and like 3 picks. Like it's not insane for fantasy, but like I was still expecting like, good, consistent weeks. He's having some fucking stinkers out there.
He is. I'm going to look up. So he is. All right. He's got 2,000 yards, 14 touchdowns, but the 7 picks is not like
a lot for him. Well, didn't he have like 3 against the Lions?
Yeah, he had 2, and 2 were like at the goal line.
When's the last time he's had 3 picks in a game?
That's usually Sam's job, but let me look this up.
I bet he has less than 2 career games all time with 3 picks. I bet that was his 3rd career game with 3 picks, which is insane.
Right. All right. Rodgers throws 3 interceptions for the first time since 2017.
Okay.
So it's been 5 years. 5th time ever.
Fifth time ever. Okay, a little bit more than I expected.
Still,
Like, even if you look at Tom Brady, I'm sure he's got like 12 at least.
right. I
But
agree.
we all know Aaron Rodgers is much more talented than Tom Brady. But
Yeah. Speaking of that, Sam did mention that in the video. So for you listeners, I'm going to play it right now.
What's going on, everyone? It is Samuel here, and I'm sorry I couldn't be there for the pod for the second week in a row, but to make it up to you, I'm going to be hitting you with an old-fashioned rant. And I have been holding in these feelings about the Green Bay Packers, my Green Bay Packers. I am an owner of the Green Bay Packers, may I remind you. So, obviously, I want some things to be changed as an owner of an NFL franchise. I mean, we just saw Jim Irsay hire Jeff Saturday as a head coach. So I think my ownership stake should have as much say as that. And I wouldn't make as dumb of a decision as Jim Irsay would, as well as the Green Bay Packers front office, coaching staff, and players, because everything is a mess right now. And let's just go back. Speaking of which, remember when I said that I would make better decisions than this front office? And that is true. Go back to January, right after the Green Bay Packers lost to the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC divisional round. I said right after that game, I want it to be blown up. I'm done. This was the last chance they were going to get at being an elite team. And, well, I thought that they should trade Rodgers for the ransom that he was desired for and get 1 million picks and just build around Jordan Love, because you spent a first-round pick on him. Might as well see what you got before you have a fifth-year option decision on him. And also trade Davante Adams, because he obviously wasn't very happy here, as evidenced by him actually leaving and being traded. So the offseason plays out, and they bring back Aaron Rodgers. And I'm like, okay, whatever. As long as Davante's back, I'm happy. And it looks like Davante will be back, but obviously he gets traded. And I'm like, all right, cool. Well, that sucks, but we still have the back-to-back MVP, so I'll get behind it, because Aaron is literally our franchise, and he is, I believe, a top 3 quarterback of all time, top 5 minimum, and arguably the most talented to ever play the sport. And basically, the idea was, let's use these picks, get guys we can use around him, cheap young talent, use the cap space we got from trading Adams to bring back everyone on the team, Rasul Douglas, Devondre Campbell, who had great seasons. And that's exactly what they did. And that made sense in the moment, obviously. Now, we get into the season, and basically what happens is this team is an absolute joke. This team arguably could be 1-8 right now. They had some fluky defense win them games against the broken Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which they almost lost that game on a 2-point conversion right at the end of the game, or a game against the New England Patriots that went to overtime against Bailey Zapp. So, this team could be 1-8. They've only had one convincing win, and it's against the Chicago Bears, and that was when Justin Fields was playing horribly. Ever since that 3-game win streak, this team has looked broken, it has looked lost, their offense has looked dysfunctional, and it doesn't know what it wants to be because, well, the quarterback and the head coach don't agree on what the offense should be. Aaron Rodgers wants to throw the ball a lot more. He wants less motion. He wants it to be more like what it was in the mid-2010s. Matt LaFleur wants a lot more motion and modern concepts. We've seen what the Packers offense can look like with these concepts being used consistently. And that is the 2020 NFL season when the Packers were the number 1 offense in the NFL. Their red zone scoring was elite. and they were practically unstoppable. And that was definitely the best chance that Rodgers was going to have in another Super Bowl, not counting 2014. After last year, it was pretty apparent that it was done with. Even though he won 2 MVPs back-to-back, losing Davante Adams was just too big to overcome. Packers plug in a project rookie wide receiver who I didn't like coming out of college, and then a 4th-round rookie, Sammy Watkins, who plays maybe half a season if you're lucky. And they're like, all right, we're going to be good without Davante. Yeah, no, that you can't just replace an elite receiver like that. You just can't do it. And they made no attempts to get any veteran help because they know Aaron Rodgers hates rookie receivers. He doesn't gel well with them that well. And they did nothing to help him, basically. And this offseason, obviously, it turned out to be a mess. There were 2 first-round picks that they were banking on being big impact players. They didn't pan out. They've both been either bad or they just don't play. And the rest of the draft class has either been not playing or just not that good, by not counting Romeo Doubs there. And then you get to the defense, and the defense was hyped up in camp all offseason, and they're like, oh my God, this defense looks elite. It's because they were playing against this Packers offense that doesn't know what it's doing. They look good because they were playing against one of the worst offenses in football. This offense doesn't know what it wants to be. It's Aaron Rodgers trying to play hero ball all the time. We saw that against the Lions. They just lost to the 1-6 Lions, the worst team in the NFL. They couldn't score double-digit points against a historically bad defense. This is Aaron Rodgers we're talking about. It's ridiculous. And this roster on paper is really good. This offensive line, it's a good offensive line, but they're playing like not that great football. I mean, David Bakhtiari, you don't even know if he's going to play a game. Why are they running a 4th down play in the red zone to him when he can't play on his knee consistently? I don't even know what this team is at this point. I mean, they have a good roster on paper, but the players aren't playing well. And we've seen all these players play at a really high level, but they are just not playing that this year. That tells me that the coaching is bad, but also the front office hasn't made good moves to support that. And the offense just doesn't know what it's doing. And this is a really bad football team. And I know come trade deadline, I wanted to see them at least try to do something. But I didn't want them to trade a first-round pick because that pick could literally be in the top 10. It could. If they traded that, the Panthers turning down a first-round pick from the Packers that might be a top 10 pick for DJ Moore is insane. DJ Moore does not fix this team. This team is systematically broken. And they're going to regret not rebuilding this past offseason. Like I said, they should have. They should have listened to their owner's demands, but they didn't do it. All right, well, that's it. Yeah, love it. Have a good day, guys. Sully, you're still sackless. Goodbye.
Okay. Basically, you probably didn't listen to it, Sully. He went on a rant and was like,
Wait, you said you were going to play it.
well, like, I'll import it in. I'm not going to play it over the mic.
I was like gonna second guess. I was gonna be like, I don't think you should do that, but I was like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm gonna like, yeah.
That's a better strategy.
I mean, top editing pro right here.
Yes, I did forget about that. My bad.
No, he basically just talked about how.
Well, he didn't send it to me, so I couldn't have listened to it.
Right, that's what I'm explaining to you right now.
All right, yeah.
He basically just says, in what world did you think you were going to replace Davante Adams with Romeo Doubs and Alan Lazard and Christian Watson, which he's right in that sense. And then he said they should have moved on from Aaron Rodgers, which I get, but also like, and he kind of alludes to this in his message too. He was like, when he decided to come back, I was like, it's fine because he's a back-to-back MVP, and like I'm in the same boat. What would you do if you're Green Bay? Do you move on from him after the
You
season?
can't move on from him. You just
So
want he just won back-to-back MVP, and he wants to come back.
Well,
If they moved on from him and he went to a team that was like pretty good, he probably would be going off right now. And like then you're like, as a Packers fan, you're like, what the fuck? How did we trade this guy?
there's an easy solution to what they can do.
Trade for Kadarius Toney, but they botched
I
that.
was gonna say T.Y. Hilton, but that works too.
That's even easier, yeah.
Dude, I want to talk about Tony because you literally said on this podcast if he was on the Chiefs, he was going to get.
I know. How
yards.
insane is that? How insane is that?
So,
Did you watch the Chiefs game or no?
No. Did he play?
Okay. Yeah, he played. He had 2 catches.
Okay.
Got
to get accustomed to the offense. He'll be back.
Yeah. He probably had like 8 snaps. I think I watched the full second quarter. I watched a little bit of the third quarter. I think he had both of his catches in the first quarter though, which is a good sign. They were scheming him.
Yep. Game plan.
He's a fucking beast. Yeah.
Was it you who sent it in the chat where you were like, where he like miraculously got healthy? You're like,
yeah.
It's crazy how it works, man.
A lot of people, I think, like Giants fans are like pissed at him or something. I don't know. I'm fucking like, I'm mad that he wasn't able to play, but at the same time, like, we always talk about. All right, how about this? Let me put it into perspective like this. If you were in a situation, right, in your life, you only have one life to live. I don't know if you knew that. That's like a fun fact that I have. Really? You got one life, right? And you can make a decision and it will make your life so much better. He's going to make more money. You're going to have better stats. You're going to be a better player. And all you have to do is pretend to be hurt. Are you doing it?
Yes.
I say, okay, you can get, if he plays for the New York Giants and, he plays every game. I mean, he's great. I still think he would have had decent stats, even with Daniel Jones and on the Giants or whatever. But I mean, he goes to the Chiefs and he is healthy. Let's say he was completely faking the injury. He stays healthy. And he gets up to speed with the offense. I mean, like I said, the guy can have 1,500 yards. And I'm not even kidding when I say that. The Chiefs, in my opinion, like isn't I would want him someone with like Tom Brady, like someone that's more of like, I don't know, Mahomes is like deep throw guy. It's not Tony's game. Tony's game is like give him the ball 2 yards past line of scrimmage and he's going to go for, 45 yards.
I mean,
but it's still
Rodgers. That's not a bad fit.
Yeah, so I'm saying Rodgers, Tom Brady. I know. Maybe a 3rd round conditional pick for Kadarius Toney for Green Bay. Like, come on, that's botch.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing,
but yeah, no, Tony's gonna be a beast.
Yeah, no, I obviously we all think on the podcast he's gonna be great. So time will tell. I didn't watch any of that game last night though, but I heard Titans kind of kept it close. So that was interesting. All right, what else happened from the weekend? So, I'll talk about this. When I did my ASC my bookie bets, 2 wins, 1 push.
That's pretty good.
Don't mess with the guy. Don't mess with the kid. I went, okay, hear this out. This was so free. No one talked about it. Bengals Panthers over was 42.5.
The Bengals almost did that themselves.
There was no reason in the world why the Bengals were not going to bounce the fuck back against the terrible Panthers.
I actually think there's a bigger storyline in this game than that.
Baker Mayfield?
Yeah. Came in through 2 touchdowns.
I mean, let's be real. If anyone thought, no offense to PJ, if anyone thought he was going to be good, they're out of their mind.
Isn't that kind of crazy, though? He was pretty good.
He is. And then next week, he's going to be dog shit.
He beat the Bucs. He should have beat the Falcons if DJ Moore didn't take his helmet off after he scored the touchdown. He played pretty well.
Which again, like I want this narrative to like push strongly that Panthers fans are a top 3 stupidest fan base in the entire league.
Are you going to talk about that situation or?
Yes, they're all like after the DJ Moore takes off his helmet. That is the rule. There's been implemented.
Are people saying that he shouldn't have been penalized?
They're like he was out of bounds. Like I'm like,
you can't take your helmet off.
You can't take your helmet off.
I mean, granted,
disagree
whether
with
you think that rule's stupid
exactly.
or not, that's the rule.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, he was out of bounds. Like, it wasn't that deep. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if it's deep. He was out of bounds. He took off his helmet. It's the right call.
What do you think the reasoning behind that rule is?
In case you have a Myles Garrett where he like swings it at someone, even accidentally, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know why they'd have that.
Dude, that Myles Garrett thing was such
it might
a
have been like an
dream.
incident. It's actually like it's kind of fucked up because like it was a very serious situation. Like someone almost got very hurt. But like it is hilarious. It was fucking hilarious. Like I don't really care, honestly. It was very funny.
It was
just very absurd. And also like everyone's reactions to it were so funny. Now don't get me wrong, once again, like he kind of did assault someone with a fucking like helmet, which like could be considered a weapon. Like you could definitely kill someone if you had a helmet.
Right.
But like the tweets were just so funny. They were like, this guy needs to be arrested. He just fucking assaulted someone. Like I just thought it was funny.
It's Adam Schefter's where he just says assault and it had like 100,000 likes and everyone's like, Adam, shut up.
Wait, he just tweeted assault. That's all he did?
Yes. You haven't seen that?
I don't remember that. That's funny, man. That guy's a clown.
Again, like I told you,
absurd.
like when Adam Schefter is talking about football, I'm like, no, okay, everyone's gonna be like, no, like don't just stick to your job, but like I don't really care about his football opinions. He didn't play in the league. He's not an analyst. He's just an insider.
I mean, like, what the fuck are we?
But yeah, you're right. Well, I should just. Be
like, no one should be listening. Like, we're not. I mean, you can like listen to someone's opinion and like bounce ideas off of. Like, I'm not fucking game planning for the Giants. Like, but I should be.
What are you talking about?
Move on.
All right. Commanders lost 20-17. Kirk Cousins, you see him on the airplane.
Close though. Yeah. It's funny that he's like, where do you think the line between like having a really shitty game but winning the game? Like, how do they feel after? Kirk Cousins played like shit.
Yeah.
Didn't he have like 3 picks? He had 2 picks.
2 picks.
Yeah. But like he won the game and like he's wearing chains on the plane. Like
I don't think most people care if they have a bad game unless they win. I don't know, man. I mean, you see Josh Allen after the game.
Well, he lost.
Press conference. Yeah, and he was like, "It's hard to win when your fucking quarterback plays to like shit." I was like,
"Yeah, that's kind of what I'd say too, though. If I was really good, because people like praise you when you like self-deprecate yourself.
Exactly.
Like if you're like, good, if you suck, then like everyone's like, yeah, you're fucking trash. Like go on the bench. No, I mean, you're really good. And you're gonna like win the MVP. You'd be like, yeah, I fucking sucked that game. Everyone's like, facts, man. Like you're the best. Like you're so real.
No, all the comments were like, this is a natural born leader. This is the kind of quarterback we need. Yeah. Like whatever. But
I mean, I guess it is better than just being like someone didn't do their job or like not saying anything. I guess it is good, but yeah, I don't know.
And then you have Rodgers, who tomorrow is going to be like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're not going to figure it out. So.
Which is just crazy. But, well, you picked the Eagles in Survivor?
I did. And I was that close to picking the Bills.
Wait, yeah. Holy shit.
Dude, I've had weird luck this year. There have been a lot of times.
You're destined to win.
I actually think it's destiny. Like, I don't think you understand. It was 30 minutes before. And I had the Bills picks, and I was like,
really?
I thought the Bills were going to like win handily. I was like, and I actually kind of thought the Texans were going to keep it close. There are 2 reasons why I picked the Eagles. One, this is the dumbest reason ever. I was like, I want something to cheer for. I was bored Thursday night.
It's fair.
Second, every single like better TikTok or whatever you want was on Texans plus 14. And I was like, the Eagles are going to.
That was the line?
Out. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Ultimately, the Texans covered. I think it was 13.
Yeah.
Well, but everyone was like some people were like, sprinkle a little bit on the Texans money line. I'm like, all right, what the fuck are we doing now? I was like, let's go with the Eagles.
What the fuck are we doing now?
Yeah. But here's the thing. I also thought loads of people would pick the Bills. Not a single person picked the Bills.
Did anyone get eliminated?
Yes. One person picked. Here, I'll pull it up for you right now.
I feel like people are kind of, running out of options at this point.
One person picked the Packers, which, what are you doing? They're fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
So 3 people took the Eagles, me included, obviously. One person picked the Bengals. One person picked the Chiefs, which I was very upset that Titans ultimately won. And then one person picked the Vikings, which should have been the Commanders. So realistically,
How many people are left?
6.
I thought there was like 4.
I thought so too. I don't know.
People are coming out of the woodworks, man.
It's absurd.
So you picking the Bills this week or what?
No,
Really?
because I'm picking the Chiefs.
Who do they
Chiefs
play?
play the Jaguars at home.
Okay.
And then on the 11th, I'm picking the Bills. They're at home against the Browns.
Okay. I like that.
Dude,
You're set up pretty well, I think.
I think, it could go well. But after that, I'm pretty fucked.
You should pick the Giants next week.
Yeah, you'll be there. That's like the ultimate. They're going to
Yeah.
win. I was thinking about picking the Giants. I don't know.
Home
though.
against the Texans?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like fucking nervous though. Like top 6.
Yeah,
What's on the line?
I would just pick the best teams at this point. And like if it comes down to it, then yeah, you got to get scrappy at the end.
Right. Because it's what? How much is it? 500?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
If you win nothing. No,
That's
it's
unreal.
500.
Okay.
No. I think the NFL was 500. Yep.
I-
The others
aren't we-
were
aren't we-
250
Are we not doing the like mid-season revival pool?
this week. Yep.
What if I won both? Then you got it. Like everyone's got to crown me as like fucking
Yeah.
goat, like king on the head. Fucking
King goat.
Call me fucking Tywin at this point. So,
Yeah.
dude,
Tywin Lannister.
I was at the mountains with some friends. It's like 2 a.m. Turned on Battle of the Bastards. It was just the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Like
It was
watch the episode.
yeah.
That's
I mean, I've seen it like 4 times.
absurd.
but-
Like on your phone or
no, I was on the TV. We had like 5 people watch it. It's
you said you
unreal.
were in the mountains, dog.
Yeah.
In a house?
Yeah, in a house. In a house.
Oh, I thought you were like camping or some shit.
No. Like in a mountain house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's dope.
Shit, it's unreal. What else from this weekend? So, like we said, Sam Ellinger's terrible. What was it?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, it was 3-26. Shit.
Yeah. And he threw for 103 yards and a pick. 103.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Really bad. And like, no offense, like, because I watched his first game against the Commanders, and he played well. Like, he wasn't terrible, but everyone was like, this guy looks legit, much better than Matt Ryan. I'm like, even in that game, I didn't really know. Like, he was good, but it was kind of like good backup play. It wasn't even close to being your future quarterback play.
Yeah.
And then now in this game, he's.
I mean, they fucking hired Jeff Saturday as the coach. That's actually hilarious.
That's unreal. That's unreal. And like you were saying in the chat, like we all like everyone in the 20 to 30 age group knows who he is, and we have a bunch of people like, who is Jeff Saturday, which is
Yeah, I thought that was
hilarious.
crazy. I mean,
Six-time Pro Bowler. Like,
yeah, like I get. Also, I looked up a list of. So like I didn't know. I have a thing. I think everyone has this problem with like players that they in sports, if they really like sports, players that they kind of grew up with, they kind of maybe overestimate them in terms of like greatness. So
Yeah.
like I'm thinking like like Roddy White, right? Remember Roddy White?
I do.
Like that guy's like a legend in my mind. Like he's like a fucking like he was on the Falcons for mad long. He was fire. Like
Who was,
great wide receiver.
Who was
Like
the
no one remember Roddy White.
Who was the Falcons running back with
Steven
Roddy
Jackson.
No,
Steven
after
Jackson
that.
was on the Rams,
After that,
but then he went to the Falcons.
oh, fuck. He was insane as a rookie.
Michael Turner.
I'm gonna look this up. Hold on.
It might
Hold
be
on.
Michael Turner.
Falcons. I think it was 2012. Okay.
Falcons running back.
Okay, for 2012 was Michael Turner, but I don't think it was. Was it 2013?
Dude, I'm telling you, Michael Turner was kind of a dog.
Steven Jackson.
I just said that, dude.
You did it?
What? You actually didn't think I said that?
Was it? I don't know.
I'll pay you $1,000 fucking dollars.
Was it Steven Jackson?
He was on the Rams. He had the best years of his career on the Rams. Then he went to the Falcons. He
Okay,
wasn't that good for the Falcons.
I don't know if it was Steven Jackson.
It wasn't. He
It had
wasn't
to-
that good on the Falcons.
It had to be Michael Turner.
It was
I
Michael
don't-
Turner.
I don't think it was, though.
Michael Turner was a dog.
Devontae Freeman. Yes, that's who I'm thinking about.
Who?
Devontae Freeman. Oh my god, he was
Like
unreal.
Devontae Freeman. Like, wait, that was not 2013. That was like 2017.
It was 2015.
Like when he
think.
scored like 15 touchdowns and was the number one fantasy running back.
It was 20. I don't.
You're making me feel old because Devontae Freeman, like, It was not that long
It
ago.
was 2015, I thought.
That was like yesterday, man.
I could have sworn it was like when I started fantasy, but I started fantasy in 2012,
Yeah, no, that was.
and it was Michael Turner.
Michael
Apparently,
Turner.
right? Whatever. But anyway, I'm thinking of Devontae Freeman.
Okay, well, that's ridiculous. But back to my original point about like overestimating people that we kind of grew up with. Like Jeff Saturday. I was like, oh, like this guy's like one of the greatest centers of all time. That's what I thought. I looked it up. Guy wasn't even in the top 17 on this list. That from NFL.com. But also, Travis Frederick was there and Alex Mack, and they're not better than Jeff Saturday. There's no chance.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Travis Frederick played like 4 years and retired because he had like mental illness. And I don't want to laugh at that. He didn't have mental illness. He had a brain neurological thing, I think.
What a fucked up man you are.
I know that was like it did come off really fucked up. But my point being, like the guy played like 5 years. He was great, I remember, but he retired very, very early. He was not better than Jeff Saturday. Jeff Saturday was with Peyton Manning on the Colts.
I know this is very hypocritical because we make multitude of lists, but you look up like any list online, and 99% of the time they're fucking dog shit. I don't care what it is, if it's sports.
Yeah, I mean, even our lists are.
No, ours are great. But no,
I think it's just so hard to like every time even we make a list, and we have like so many people, but
yeah,
we always miss something. There's always something that's missed. Like,
right.
you think, and like everyone, someone comments it, and like someone will come back in the chat to be like, "How did we not include this person?" I'm like, "You fucking looked at the list for 5 days and you didn't include them. So
Exactly.
what are you talking about? You didn't include them."
No, it's the way they word it too. They're like, "How the fuck did we not?" I'm like,
"It's crazy, dude. It's crazy."
All right. Anything else you want to say from this week, or should we go through our pretenders contenders?
That was good water.
Yeah, you were sipping that bitch.
Let me see if there's like one more thing I want to say. Congrats, Justin Fields broke the rushing record. Kind of crazy. Kind of very under the radar.
Again, though. Justin Fields had a great week, but all over my For You page, it's like, I believed in this guy since day one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's really still not that good. He just had a great week.
Yeah, but like we do it all the time with shit. Like you take a victory lap when you can, right. Man. You
know? Exactly. Whatever. But yes, congratulations to Justin Fields. I guess I'm just too pessimistic. I gotta be like.
Also, well, I mean, we've talked about Geno Smith like every single week, but he fucking played very well again. I actually watched a decent amount of this game. Also, I have Sunday ticket, and every 425 game was blacked out.
No, same.
Dude, I should be getting. How do I pay for that? I need to be refunded.
No, it's terrible.
I'm paying like $50 a month to go on the site, and it says blacked out. Like you can't watch a single game. Why am I paying?
Sunday tickets very bad.
Come on, man.
And dude, I've heard, like, I have a good friend. You obviously you don't have it, and I don't have it because we don't watch the NBA. I've heard NBA League Pass. I've heard NBA League Pass is like dog shit this year. Like he has it on his TV.
That's just a sports dog shit.
Yeah, right. He has it on his TV, and you like press on the Knicks game, and it's like he's a Knicks fan, and it's like unable to play. Try again later. He's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah,
terrible.
Which
ASC would have a great
ASC League Pass. Oh my god. Well, I understand if you're trying to watch a team from your area.
Right.
Like I can understand why that's blacked out.
You just go on CBS or Fox and it's there.
Yes, but if I'm trying to watch like Seahawks Cardinals and I live in New York, why can't I watch it? How's that blacked out?
Right.
I'm paying for it. I literally am paying. If I'm unable to watch it, why the fuck am I paying? All right, let's do pretender contender. We'll run down the list of some teams.
You want me to go or you want to go?
We'll go back and forth. I'll say 3 teams, you go 3, and then we'll go back and forth. How's that?
You start.
All right. So I give you the teams you're saying.
Yes.
All right. The Ravens.
Contender.
All right.
I think they win tonight. What are they? 5-3, 6-3.
Yeah.
Lamar's playing great ball. No reason why not.
I don't get how you like just have a team and like you just don't like have any offensive weapon. I mean, they got Mark Andrews, but like other than that, they just like continuously just run out of ball. And I understand it's Lamar. The argument is like, oh, get Lamar fucking Tyreek Hill. Like he's not really going to utilize him, which is like somewhat fair, I think.
But don't get Tyreek Hill. Get someone that's...
Don't get fucking Devin Duvernay. Like get fucking something. Get T.Y. Hilton.
Thank you.
All right. Who else? Chargers. The Chargers are very worrisome to me. I don't know what's going on, man. Herbert is losing a little. Like he's scaring me a little bit.
Probably pretender.
They don't have Keenan or Mike Williams, but I don't know, man.
Again, it's not all Herbert's fault. Brandon Staley's had a bad year, in my opinion, which is weird. Again, because no one could predict this. Because last year he was arguably a top 3 coach in the league. It's like it's how fucking unpredictable this shit is. So
yeah, I agree, man. Cowboys. I'm surprised you didn't just curse them out.
I want to. Probably contender. If I had to say, they're pretty good. Their defense is really fucking good.
Yeah.
I hate Michael Parsons.
Because he's good?
Because he's good. All right, I'm going to give you some. Let's go with the Dolphins.
Blech.
Tua's been good this year. I hate to say it.
Yeah, dude, it's not hard to be good with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, man. Contenders, I do really think they could, beat any team, honestly.
Bengals.
I think with Jamar healthy, they're contenders for sure.
Okay. Titans.
They suck. They're not even pretending to be. They're not good. They're not even pretending.
Okay.
They're fucking showcasing it on the national stage that they suck.
Derrick Henry's good though.
He's good.
Can you imagine they didn't have Derrick Henry? Even if they had like James Conner, who's pretty good.
That's such a random running back.
I mean, like he's all right. Like you don't hate him. They're probably like 2-6, 3-5.
You ever see the clips of like Mike Vrabel on the sideline where he's like, the fucking difference between us and other teams is we have Derrick Henry. It's like we gotta give Derrick the fucking ball.
That's funny, dude.
It's actually so true too.
Again, we talk about like just the insanity of some of like these teams and comments. Like when Mike Vrabel was like, "I would cut off my penis to win a Super Bowl." Like, how is that not the best quote of all time?
That is good. Yeah. When did he say that?
When they were.
How did we not post that?
I think we did. I think we did.
Did we?
It was.
That sounds like you remember the draft combine quotes post that broke our record? That was our most liked post. Like that's like if I cut off my penis, win a Super Bowl.
I think he said it when they had their run in the AFC Championship, and then they lost to the Chiefs. I said they were going to win that game, and they didn't.
Imagine he cut off his dick.
Like, what if he actually cut it off? It was like
that's what I'm saying.
Like he cut off and held it up to like the city of Nashville. Like this one's for you guys. I mean, that would be.
Oh my god, that would be unreal. Yo, what I was gonna say, how insane, like how crazy you think it feels that like you're playing a professional sport, right? Everyone's the best in the world at that sport, obviously, because they're in the pros. And like you're just Derrick Henry sitting on the sideline, and your coach is like, "Yo, like we have this guy. He's fucking so much better than everyone. Like just give him the ball. He's the fucking best player." Like that's kind of crazy. That's a crazy feeling right there.
It is. Or even if you're like Mahomes and your coach is like, "Yeah, let's let this guy pass for 65 times in a game."
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
And he was the leading rusher. He had the most rush attempts. I do want to take a victory lap on the Pacheco. Remember I took the when I did the MyBookie prop bet and like I lost it and everyone's saying it was a shitty bet. Pacheco's the starter, blah blah blah. Dude, he got like 5 carries. Like everyone's like, "Oh, this guy's gonna be sick in fantasy." Like the Chiefs just don't have it with Mahomes, and they're never really gonna have that like star running back.
I don't know if they like actually thought he was gonna be good, but I think everyone's obsessed with finding that next like Dameon Pierce.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you get like one sleeper headline, your dick's out, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm fucking. Exactly. This guy's gonna win me the league."
I mean, yeah, someone probably saw a Twitter headline. It was like Isaiah Pacheco is like gonna be a starter, and they're like, "Oh, he's going in the 8th round. Oh my god, he's my guy." Like, go to bed.
Yeah.
All right, Let's do one more each. Good.
All right.
I'll give you the Niners.
Contender. I think they got too many weapons on that team to not be good, and that defense is solid. Bucks.
Contender. We said.
I like that. That's
We've
all I'm going to
always
say.
said Tom Brady's on our team. You're always contending, and even though it's a slow start, you got to always stick with it.
Yeah, I don't usually subscribe to the like. I try to jump the gun a little bit in terms of like predicting like Tom Brady sucks. Like I'm off the train. Tom Brady has proven so much in this league where I'm ride or die. Like I will say he's going to win until he's not playing the sport anymore.
I agree.
All right, that's going to be it for this week. Hope you guys did enjoy. We'll be back next week with another episode. Come on.